Hawaiian dance and culture and history. And I am here with my ohana, my family, and our halau. And we're here to walk the steps of our King Kalakaua as he visited Europe.
Why is it so important for you to visit the King's footsteps in Austria?
Hawai'i today has changed a lot, but I think under his watch, under his rule, the doors opened globally for us. And the King, being the first to travel around the world, learned from many leaders throughout the nations. And all of those educational moments were brought back to Hawai'i. Sometimes, before we can go forward, it's important that we look to the past and what brought us up to this point and how we can go forth and share this knowledge with our children. I am thankful and very honored that I could share this moment with some of my students from our Halau, our hula school. And we wanted to, we hear a lot of stories at home about his tour here, but it's very military, the documents, archives, and they have a play-by-play as to when he arrived, what date, what time he got up, what time he left the hotel. And those are, wonderful information, but knowing our King, he is a people person. And so I cannot help but wonder the relations between him and the people. It was very important when he came back to Hawai'i after his tour. He called his people the pearls of the Pacific, that no matter where he went, our country is very small, made up of so many islands, and we have a small population compared to other countries. But he was so thankful that, like in other areas of the world, he didn't need somebody to taste his food to make sure that it wasn't poisoned. He was happy that he didn't need a moat around his palace in fear that somebody would come in and harm them. He was happy to know that he was loved by his people, and all those things didn't matter. Nobody is perfect, and our King was one of them. He wasn't perfect in some of the choices or decisions that were made during that time, but we loved him.
What does the hula means for the Hawaiian people? We saw a hula, it's the first time for some Austrian people. What does it express, or what do you want to express?
Well, for our culture, hula is, a hula dancer would be a healer. It's so many things, because whatever your story is, you're sharing that part of our culture. It is, you can be a healer because as you dance and people are watching, their heart changes, the face changes. More importantly, their eyes and how they see things start to change. So like a healer, they can heal from the inside and work on other people who are watching. They don't know our language. So at this point, as they watch, they're just feeling with their heart, and they are moved by the sound. They're moved by the expressions. They're moved by the hand and the body motion. And they know that it's love. So anything starts from there, I think can only grow to better someone else's life.
Could you introduce yourself?
Yes. Everyone calls me Uncle Larry. My name is Merrie de Rego, and I'm also a kumu. This is my wife, Hokulani, and together we have a halau, and we're very fortunate because our children are all very, very involved in the halau. You asked me what the halau is, and the halau is an extension of the family life. So it's like mommy and daddy and many, many children. Some children are little, some children are a little older, some children are much, much older. In fact, even kupuna or grandparents. But they all need the same thing. They come to the halau because they need the family. And we are a family, and we treat each other like uncles and aunties and cousins and daughters, and we love each one the same way. And like a family, it is run exactly. Everyone has their own voice, their own opinion, but we have certain rules that need to be followed. In coming to Vienna, one of the things that really got me excited was the fact that we could come here and actually find out the story of Kalakaua and his time here. We've heard many things about him and his visits, and it had to be all fantastic, because if you look at the music during the monarchy, it all began with the waltzes that are so prominent here that people expect from here. Well, he loved it so much that he took it home. And the monarchy at that time, as they were growing, they were very proud of the fact that they could write beautiful Hawaiian music using the waltz. And some of our most fabulous songs were Viennese, excuse me, am I doing that right? Viennese waltzes. I'd like to share much, much more with you, but the main thing is that we're here because so many wonderful people invited us to come and to enjoy the people here, and that's all we've done, is enjoy the people. And we look forward to having other people come to search out Kalakaua and his footsteps and follow the things that he's done, things that made him happiest, and be part of everything else. I thank you.
Is it the first time in Vienna for you?
Yes, it is. First time. But I feel like I'm coming home. I've always had this special love for this architecture. And when I came and I looked at it, I just, wow, I can't believe it. I mean, it's so comforting to see something that has survived for many, many, I would say, generations. And it's like pristine, like they were just built, you know, a year ago. But, you know, the people carry it with them. When they walk, you can see that they're proud, you know. And so it makes me feel close to them.
What do you feel when you're here in these rooms where the king was?
I can understand why he liked this room. I mean, you just feel regal in here. From our studies, we found out that the king had started this around the world tour because he was worried that many outsiders were coming to Hawaii and they were beginning to get involved politically in the makeup of laws and things that were happening. And so he said, I will go around the world and look at all of the different nations and how they have laws and to protect their people. And he went around the world, and every place he went to, he was greatly influenced. But coming here influenced not only him, but a lot of people in Hawaii. But to answer your question, I feel great being here. And both my wife and I and our family, our Hula family, just have this special feeling of aloha for you and everybody else here.
What do you feel here in these rooms?
I feel love. I feel the aloha spirit in here. You can feel it as you enter the doors downstairs. Your people is unique. It's very, you know, I don't consider this like an island, but an island style feeling came over me as the doors opened. And that aloha spirit, that love spirit, is very evident here in the hotel. But I think it's all people here in Vienna, because even on the street, and I wasn't dressed like this, but they were so warm, and we were, I can't remember the mall area that we were at, but people just stopped to say hello. You don't see that, all over the place. But their hearts were so wonderfully genuine, and I just felt so welcome here in the country. But when you open that door, a lot of love was coming out that front door. And it's because of the people. So I love it.
Did you taste the Austrian food?
Yes.
What kind?
So good. And I want more. This is the first time I had the chocolates. I was trying to tell the girls, it's no good. It's no good. Put it back on the plate so I can eat it later. They wouldn't do it. So good.
Did you taste the food?
I've eaten some of it, but not enough. So
yes.
You have to feed me a lot more to have a better judgment. How's that? Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much.